I would like to kick off with another story. It's not the story where you and I, Andy, where we met, but when I saw you the first time. So it must have been Musikmesse 2015, 2016, something like that. I'm not sure which year it was, but it was still a Musikmesse worth going to because there was still enough booths around. There was still, and it must have been like 2015, 2016.
It was 2018 was my only Musikmesse I've ever been to.
Really? Okay, so then my bad. Must have been 2018, and then that must have been the last Musikmesse really worth going to. And I remember walking around, and I'm not sure where I was heading to, but I saw this guy that was like quite large, and he had this like big head, and he had a lot of camera equipment with him, and he was like going through a list of things, and I was like, okay, seems like one of these YouTubers. And then
those YouTubers.
Half an hour later, I went into some kind of one of the halls. I saw you again. I was like, okay, how did this guy get here so fast? Anyways, a little bit later, another hall, saw you again. I was like, either this guy has a twin or a clone, or he's really fast and he's really driven to create and record as much content as possible. That was the first time that I saw you, and now, rolling up a few years, it's 2024, and you've recently passed 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel.
Congrats on that.
Crazy. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely nuts. It's absolutely true. I do have a twin. He recently quit, which is why I haven't uploaded in a few weeks, because I've had to do all the work myself. But yeah, that was 2018. That was quite genuinely, if I hadn't gone to that Musikmesse, I wouldn't be sitting here with you now. Even though that was the last one, and it was, I lost some hearing due to how loud it was, and I was ill prepared. If I hadn't have gone there, I wouldn't have made certain connections and met Henning as well in person. I wouldn't have gone to Thoman's Gearhead University that year, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be sitting here now doing this. You know, I'd be in a ditch somewhere, you know, begging for money.
That's without not a good camera. Future. Yeah, with the camera in the ditch, give me money. Yeah,
that's an idea. Someone write that down.
Yeah, sounds good.
No, that was a great Musikmesse. It was an eye opener for sure. It was really tough work, but as you said, yeah, you got to run around to those places because I had to get as much content done as possible, I thought. So this seems to have paid off, and I had fun. Unfortunately, I don't remember much of it. That was the year that Henning had his camera stolen, if you ever remember that story.
I remember that, yeah. I remember that. Yes. That was like all over the, not all over the news, but like at least in the circles, everybody knew. Was like, what? They stole his camera? What the hell? I believe that 2018 was the last time. That, because I was there with Reverb. It was the last time that Reverb had a booth there, and then 2019 was so poor that I went there, but I went to Frankfurt for another when it was like, okay, so I could go and see what's going on there, at least for like an hour or so, and it was like a funeral. It was terrible. So that's when, I mean, that's, you know, one thing goes down, the other thing went up. Guitar Summit has been on the rise ever since. So
yeah, that's a good place. I like that place.
Yeah,
actually, I saw you, Andy, at Guitar Summit in 2023, and it's actually my son who pointed you out. He was like, "Hey, Dad, look, it's that guy on YouTube." And I'm like, "It is that guy on YouTube," and I could see you walking around with your trolley there with all the gear. And I tried twice to go talk to you, man, but everyone was just like on you, like talking to you. I was like, I'll catch him later.
I'm so sorry.
I don't apologize.
That's a shame. No, it would have been nice to say hi, but yeah, you're quite rightly. Again, those events for me are so much fun, but it's I had to say it is hard work, but I'm very careful when I say that kind of thing about what I do, what we do. Because I've had jobs where I literally had bleeding hands at the end of the day, and people work and put their backs out, and they disagree that what we're doing is hard work. And I've had a lot of that recently. You don't work hard. You should try carrying concrete. Well, I've done that, and it wasn't fun. So
No.
now I do this. But yeah, it is hard work. You are in demand. It's a nice feeling, and I love meeting people, real people, rather than talking to these cameras, because they don't often talk back.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's I think people got used to the whole screen thing during the pandemic, and but it was good to finally like be face to face with each other, which I think 2022 was the first time Guitar Summit took place again. Yeah, and it was good to see people, and it's like the feedback you'll get from being around people is obviously very different from the feedback that you get looking at a computer screen.